Hello, good morning. Am I audible? Okay, so let's check out the last Sunday what we have discussed. Today is a Friday, and I think some of the peoples are from the other batch, and this is Friday. Today we are going to discuss about even last content that we have discussed. Right, the last content is I think functions and classes. Right, that we have discussed. So let's discuss about the more things about functions and classes. I know some of the peoples they already know about actual work related with function and classes. And before I starting, I want to ask you, what are the factors in the session? We what are the factors that you have any confusion in between that? Suppose the topics that you have problem means understanding purpose. If you have problem, just let me know so that we can discuss about it, right? As well as today we are going to revamp of related with the functions and some topics related uh, with the for loop and if else condition as well, right? So tomorrow onwards we are going to start the work of numpy and pandas. Right. So NumPy will cover up in the this week, and Pandas will continue after the next week as well. Actually, repeating is one nothing but actually every Friday we have to work. The last week we have done the function and classes overviews and all means the working as well as the programs. I know actually what is the problem. If suppose new topics are going to cover up from the Saturday, all right, and today Friday we are going to conduct the last Sundays and Saturdays pattern. And the point to be discussed about, if suppose last Saturday Sunday we have taken I think lambda and as well as the classes more complex work. If suppose if I am going to work with the numpy and pandas this week, then that will start from the Saturday and Sunday, right? Means maybe hope you everyone getting the problem. Student can watch the recording if they were absent or could not understand. No, actually, this is for the Friday session. Friday is the repeating sessions of last Sunday, and even those are on the new in the means those are don't have attended Sunday session. That is for this. This is the student also new, right, in this group as well. Okay, no problem. I will start the work, and then once we covered, if you are having any queries, then definitely we'll solve at the end of the session. right? Yes, sir. I'm repeating the contents related with that, and in the last session we have done a lot of interesting facts. Means even we have learned a lot of things, right? We checked new contents as well. Is it visible my screen? Please let me know. See the discussion about the functions as well as the classes, right? So why we are means choosing that content, means why we are going to do a classes providing the complex things related to that, means collection of working with the functions as well as some objects, right? The first thing that to be discussed that we have known the functions. The functions, the way we have worked on the functions, that looks like in very easy, right? Why? Because defining and calling the functions are very easy. But when I go for that functions, after completion of functions, when we go for the classes, then definitely some little bit tricks and some techniques also will be there, right? So that things that today we are going to discuss about it. Yes, we have done the some facts related with the classes as well as functions, but why not we go for the some more operations related with the classes, right? And even we can add some interesting facts related with that. Let's go for the work, right? First, I would like to define functions. So how it will be? Functions, defining the functions. It looks any easy like DEF, and suppose if I pass the sports. Defining the sports after weight, you have to add the colon, that is an easy part. But when I pass the values into the sports, always looks like I'm defining the values with the suppose variables if I'm adding here. Let's check out. I want to take some person's name as well as the sports as well as the location. Okay, name, the hobbies like hobbies in the sports and location. Okay, and then the similar kind of patterns we are going to do into sports as well as marking system as well as other, means we have to make near about three functions, and similar kind of structure we can do into the classes as well. So we will go for the differentiate between the functions defining and as well as the classes defining. Functions defining into the individually we can do. Classes defining is nothing but the collection of functions we can define into a class. So both sectors we will discuss, and we will check about which one is good and which will makes uh, less effort support for the reducing the content, right? First, I will define here sports like suppose name. Okay, name. So before I move forward, is that possible that we can take the values from the user as well? So we can take our arguments here and we'll go for that name, number, and favorite sport and location. All right. So these four variables are important here. And now what I am going to do, the function defining means defining is going on, no? So four variables, if I directly print it down here, then what will happen? Right, that is the factor, no? Print it down. So is that possible? We can store this value into directly into list. What do you think? Is that possible? We can store directly into the list. Can anyone? I want to store these values into list directly without any. What do you think? Yes. And directly I am passing. You just pass the call list sports dot append. All right. So I'm going to use into the classes as well. This one. Let's check out dot append. Okay. So is it possible that we can pass the return function? What do you think? Yes. Okay. List sports. So let's check out if it is work or not. Means working or not. Okay. Sports into the bracket. I'll pass here a comma number. Number we can pass like 1 2 comma favorite sports cricket location. Okay, I'm adding like this one and call it. Yeah, definitely we got this one. And list sports abhay 12 cricket and pony. Are you getting this point? This is very easy. Here we don't have a big logic here. Just returning the list function because of this storing into that. That is why. Are you getting this point? Right? So now it doesn't matter actually. Now it doesn't matter because we have to pass these values through the user, right? So that I will take that user inputs in suppose some other function. But now what I'm going to do, I'll just do like this one, and I'm going to define another one, uh, student marks. Okay, and this function containing the marks. What I'm saying, containing the marks. So what I have to do here, marks is equals to function. Okay, here what will happen, first return list sports, that we have to know, no? So sports will not take, I will not take here, I will take here student marks, but with that will only check this is true or false, means this is a fail or pass, only that much. But here I would like to go for how many marks that we have to do. So suppose I will pass here range. Suppose I will take here 4 marks, right? 5 marks woolen, and m is equals to what? M is equals to integer. It would be like just input, enter the marks. Okay, enter the marks. So now to be discussed about it, definitely we'll take a marks and that will be stored into the marks. What will happen now? Marks dot append, marks dot append, and m will be there. So now here also what we can do, but this function is working individually, no? We have to know the student information, right? Student information here we have added like a name, number, and location, favorite sports. So we can fetch as well, means we can fetch continuously like that, like function as well. So how can I add here? So we should have to call that function, no? Is it correct? We have to add this function here. Suppose if I do like this one, suppose sports, hmm, sports into the bracket, I have to add here what I have to add, variable arguments. Is it correct? We have to add no sports containing near about 4 arguments here, so he can pass the values and it will take from this one. So he should be like suppose 4. Suppose if I'm taking like this one, with this, then what will happen? The first one I would like to go for this. Suppose, mm, suppose name, number, and favorite sports, and last one that is in location. Okay, location. So these are the 4 variables that I have to pass into where here. What do you think? If I pass, that will be stored into that particular list or not? Is it possible? And then you have to pass into location. Suppose the 4 variables that I am to passing into that sports, then definitely that will be stored into some other variable, no? So is it possible that I have to take a variable here before the sports? Can anyone? What do you think, guys? I'm just asking one question to you. If I want to fetch a sports data, means this list, is it possible to add here some variable? What do you think? Okay, so let's check out. Mm, SP data. I'm just taking as a SP data. Why? Because sports data is like similar kind of that. Because whenever I pass this value, that will be stored into the SP data. Why? Because the sports is storing this value into the list sports. No, so returning value is in list sports. See, this programming is become a big now. We are going to make a big, right? Let's check out how it will. SP data, and simultaneously SP data list is here we have. So you know that SP data, how can we concatenate the two strings? Anyone know? How do we concatenate two strings? Two list, sorry, not a string, two list. Any idea about it? Why? You know what? Why I'm saying this one? When I added this marks and SP data, no, so I would like to go for the concatenate. So what do you think? Is it possible? This student marks only we have to do a concatenation. In the see in the when we have learned about list, that time we have seen the two list concatenation. Any idea about that list concatenation? No? Think, see, first I will do this one, and is it correct that I have to call this student marks? I have to call this function or student marks? What do you think? Is it possible that suppose if I call this one, check out the name, why I'm getting the error? 10 base integer is a okay, sorry, actually. Now he enters into the marks where this function, this one. So how many times this will work? 5 times. No, why? Because range we have added 5. So if I pass like a 45, 60, 43, 66, and 90. Check out. Now we got the point, but I haven't printed this marks function. I haven't printed this marks function. So how can I do this one? This is very easy, that you can go for the print and print it down the marks. But you know what? This mark data and this CSP data should have to concatenate into one new list, right? I think answers you have shared, C1 is equals to AB plus B1. Yeah, let's try for that also, because you know what, we have used here two functions, right? Two functions as well. So you know we can make the new function and use that return value and store like that. But instead of doing like this, we should make here the addition here. So what do you think about it? Let's go for that. Let us go for that. uh, Already we have the data into the marks as well as the where list sports. Let's check out uh, details. I'm taking a one details, okay, is equals to which SP data. So I want to ask you one thing. This SP data is a variable or a list, a simple variable, or any list? What do you think? Then now check out, I would like to check out actually data type. Favorite sports, cricket, location, Pune, marks 90, 34, 78, 99, 78. Check out these classes are on list, and my profile is combined with what? Abhay 10, football US, football US Sagar. Why this is happening? Football is coming. Actually, what we have done, the already previously stored data also. So if suppose if you want to clear data, we should have to do one thing here. What we can do if suppose if we want clear data? Any idea about it? Is there anything? No. What I have to do when I want fresh clear list, there isn't something, no, when we call the function list clear. How to do a list clear? Correct, this one, right? Right, and now I'll do that. Location, yeah, we got properly. So why should I add it there, this clear function? Because whenever I call this function, he gets call this for the first one, means enter the name. Why? Because sp.data sports we have added, no? So once hit the call, definitely it goes to the this one. So better to go for this one, list sports, whatever they're coming from this one, no, in the previously, that should be clear here, right? This is the one of the interesting act that we can do. So even many functions also we have. So you, if you added with that, definitely it will work. Suppose the way we have added, no, the details here, that's okay, means Abhay 9 pp and Pune, that we have added. One thing that simultaneously we can take this marks function. See what I'm saying? Simultaneously we can take this marks function and do the marking calculation, means mark sheet. Is it possible that we can take this mark data as well as SP data out of the student marks? Means SP data is there, no, sports data is there, so, and marks data is there. So is it possible that we can take these values out of the student marks? Can anyone? Are you getting my point? Means what I'm trying to say, I want to take the way we have written this list sports, no? The similar kind of that we have to take some kind of data from this out of the student marks. Is it possible? What do you think? Let's try to work on it. So I'll create another one function here. See what I'm saying? Another one function, def mark sheet. Okay. So already we have the marks. What I'm saying? Already we have the marks. But how can I take this marks value? Is it possible? These marks and SP data also I will take here. Could you please explain again the code what happened here? Yes, yes. See what is going on here. I have created this function first, and I took this data like a name, number, favorite location like this and stored into the list source. Then we entered here student marks. In this function, what is the our target that we have to take the values from the take the marks, right? So this is we have taken, but the factor is that we have to take this data as well, no? So taking this data and pass it down into the list. Here what we have done, we have taken one variable is equals to this sports function, and the sports function taking some arguments now, the name, number, favorite, and location. These four variables, when I execute this student marks, the first he will hit when I execute this mark, first he will hit into where this list sports dot clear. First he clear all the lists, then he enters here. When he enters, this function will hit now. The function hits, the name will take this one. Enter the name, number, favorite set, then favorite sports, and then location. Then definitely whatever it may be, that will be stored into the SP data. So you know that this is become a list. Why? Because here also we have taken a list sports and that will be written here. So whatever the return, you can take the variable name, no, it doesn't matter. But returning value from that list, sorry, returning value that sports is a list. That is why we have taken here SP data, and then what our next target is taking the info, taking the marks from the student. So enter the mark. Now we have the data in the two lists. That is an SP list, SP data, and second is marks data. So we have checked the type as well. Means is it same data type, that is list or list? Yes, both have the list, same data type, that is a list. So now we don't mind is, so we can remove this one. It doesn't matter now. Okay. Even this is also doesn't matter. Means details equals to SP data dot plus marks because of for this trick and techniques purpose I have shown you this one. You can store like this one, but now I don't want this one, means this one. I'll just comment here. Okay. Now the return marks. The point to be discussed now, the way I'm fetching the marks, is it possible that I can take the SP data as well. SP data has a detailed information and marks has a detailed marks. Let's check out what will happen. Is it possible that we can take this value the way we are taking the marks and SP data? Is it check out? Let's see. Oh, sorry. Actually, I have taken the sports as this one, but it's okay. That is interesting. What it? This is what it is. This is my SP data, and this is my marks. Here we have means individually we are fetching, but still we haven't no means when I fetch the values, is that we have to take a two variables or something. When I use this student marks, when I used this student marks. So let's check out if it is working or not. The two functions that I have deployed here, even I can take here AB is equals to like this one. Why? Because returning values and marks in SP data. No? See, this is now getting interesting. If I'm storing the student marks into the AB, then definitely AB will be the plus point for me to access, means to use this marks and SP data in anywhere. So let's check out if it is possible or not. Once again, I'm just taking this one. I'll pass here max number one sports is an CRCKET cricket, location is an USA. Now marks he has 99, 89, 90, 79 and 67. See why he haven't shown this data? Because AB will be there. No, so still we haven't printed this AB. If I do like that, check out what will happen. Print AB. Definitely he will print no. Why? Because we have stored the data into the AB. That is the fact. If I do like this one, then definitely let's check out once again. Check out this one. Means this is now possible. What? This is now possible. But now the question arises, if I would like to go for the mark sheet, this function, then how it possible? Are you getting my point? What I'm saying here? I can fetch the values in the both sectors. It doesn't matter. We are successful in the fetching the values in the both sectors. But the factor is that how can I pass this data into the mark sheet? Because now AB has no. We never get in that. By 22 and cricket, I don't want this one. Why? Because we have to calculate the marks only. So how can I fetch? So we have to do one thing here. Let's check out. Instead of calling this function here, I should call this function here. Which one? This sports function. Instead of calling into the marks, why not I call here? Are you getting my point? I'll call this here. Okay, this is our first step, marking system. Second stage, the return value of student marks. So who is in return value? That is my marks. I'll remove this one. Also I'll remove this one. See how the code is reducing now. This is also I'll remove. Okay. Now I'm just executing this one and this one. Now we have the both here clearly. Now mark sheet is there and your marks data is also here. What I have to do, I have to fetch the marks, no? So how can I do? First I will call that marks, student marks, or I'll take a marks data. Okay, is equals to I'll pass here student student marks, okay, into the bracket. Is it possible? Same. What do you think, guys? This is possible what I'm doing here? The marks data is in list or what? Let's check out. First I will check. Better to run this code, I will just directly go for the execution. I want to check if it is work or not. See, now we are entering into this function, this one. So I'll add here where 1 2 favorite sports cricket, location Pune, marks 90, 78, 89, 99 and 45. Now everything seems correct. Why? Because we have an marks data now. So what I'm going to do, see, everything is correct now. Why? Because this data is going to do store into the marks data. Why? We called it, he returned the value, whatever he returns now, that will be stored into the marks data. The question now rising, why I'm not passing here argument? Why I'm passing this argument here argument, but I'm not passing here argument? Any difference you get? Can anyone tell me about this one? What is the difference between I'm not assigning here value means arguments and here I'm assigning to some argument. So what is the difference that we have? Student marks and sports. Because both are the functions calling, both are returning some values. So what is the difference that we have here? Any idea about it? This question always rising, right? Because that function having some arguments here, we having some we here we don't haven't passed any argument. Actually, the difference that I want to tell you, the sports has an arguments. Why? Because we have passed here. That is why without passing arguments, he will not execute. Why? Because we already means the sports already told us that you have to take value from outside of the function. That is why we have taken name, number, favorite, location. If suppose I would like to, if I want to take suppose this name, number, favorite, city, and location from the user, but into the function only, that time I have to pass this value into here, no, name, number, favorite, location, and instead of passing your functions very arguments here, I can pass here into simultaneously name, number, favorite, location input function, and then definitely it will be stored into that return. So this time I need not to call this sports function with name, number, favorite, location. He will automatically takes this means the way marks taking, the marks doing same the way I'm doing. No, when I call this student marks, I need not to pass any kind of arguments here. Got it? I need not to pass any kind of argument here. Once I pass here marks, then definitely the value goes into the file. Once I call this marks, the value goes into the this any without any argument I'm saying. Only only calling is nothing but blindly he enters here. He wants the he takes that 5 times execution while looping is there. and takes the input into the marks and storing into the marks. That's it. This is the difference. He wants the argument, that is why he never wants these arguments. So check out SP is data, and then we got call this from this one is mark sheet. And when I enter here, suppose when I enter DEF, I will not do this one, just returning the mm, marks, returning the marks data. Okay, let's check out if it is returning the marks data or not. Mm, yes, sure. Just a minute. I'll solve this one and then I will come up to you 101%. Just wait a minute. For X in, taking the marks here, data. So how can I calculate the average mark sheet? Anyone idea about it? What I'm doing this correct? Check out, check out. This is for answer. Definitely, I will take this example. Don't worry. Just I cover up this one point. Marks length, and print AVG. But can anyone tell me when I call the mark sheet, can we get the access of both functions? This both functions. Is it possible? Yeah, we got an average 82.1. We got. So how can I fetch this one, the sports data, and this one? You know what? I would like to store into the list all the data. I would like to create one mark sheet into the list. So how can I take this one? Are you getting my point? I would like to go for or creating the mark sheet. No, this is our mark sheet. So mark sheet is will not like the 82.1 only. Mark sheet is in detailed, right? So how can I go for that? Okay. So just take a few minutes here, memorize it, check out how can I create the mark sheet here. Why? Because I would like to take a SP data as well as marks data, and then I will take a average. So in the one list, I would like to go for the SP data, marks data, and average data, right? So I would like to store the data, all the data into one. So let's know, share the contents into chat if you have idea about it. Till then, I will take a one example here. I'm taking example, sir. Your example. Concatenation. Yeah, but there we have the variable, no, another one variable. What do you think? This is who's that?
Excuse me, Mr. Way.
Yeah, yes, yes.
This is my example. Can you run it?
Yeah, I'm just going for that. This is list. We have taken this item flag is equals to y. Print prepare your grocery list. While flag is equals to y. Y name input, add the input. My item dot append name flag is equals to input. Do you want to add more or press y or n? Okay, means items you called here. When gets the call, he goes into the flag. Print your grocery.
Can you run one time,
Actually,
sir? So just press any item for grocery like Pepsi.
Suppose.
Pepsi or shampoo or vegetable, fruit, soap, whatever.
Okay, I will take up biscuits. Okay, is it
Okay.
biscuits? Is my spell is correct?
No
No.
problem. Spelling, no problem.
I got here. It's biscuits. Okay.
Enter. No, why? Yes. So then
This
shampoo, for
is
example,
you want
or vegetable, fruits, whatever
suppose
we do for grocery.
shampoo. I'll say no.
So it will store. So what I want here, I want to store this data for example, for tomorrow. Daily I'm adding my values in the list. Like we go in the
Means
weekend for the grocery, so I will on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I'll keep adding my items if I remember something I need to bring next time. So it should be stored in some file or database.
database preparation that you have to do storing into the CSV or Excel file, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not in database like
So
SQL, storing into the Excel. So
will we
that time
study
used
this
to have.
next classes?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Pandas. NumPy will not provide. NumPy will provide only numeric analysis, but Pandas provide the manipulation of data into Excel sheet and CSV, the
Mm-hmm.
both.
Okay.
But this will be useful to you when you go for that, when Pandas.
Okay. Thank
This
you.
is more
Thank you. Just
interesting.
to share with you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great work. I'll share this file to all also, so you can work with this example as well. Right. So what we have to discuss, we are going to discuss about it actually. Total average we have taken, and I would like to go for the concatenation as well. But concatenation, this is my not in list. No, this is my variable. No, no. While and if else is a little different actually. But the most of the people they are always goes into if else condition instead of working with the while. Only while is nothing but just like goes into by probability or something max to max, but if else condition always works. I'll take this one, and here I have to do something different. Wait, by calling this one he's going to return in row. So one thing I would like to do here, uh, sheet mark sheets, or I will pass here details. And what I'm going to do, I'll do some formatting concept here. Why? Because I got an all the data, right? So formatting is important now. Here, what I'm going to do, first step, what is our A is equals to double quote student student details. Okay, this one, and colon is compulsory. So what I'm doing here, mark details dot append, into that I'll pass A. Then first course student details. Then I would like to add mark detail is equals to mark detail plus what, sp data, right? So we got this one concatenation here. And after sp data, I'll do one thing, on another one thing, b is equals to student marks colon, now marks, sorry, b, and here also I'll do same work. Details plus, okay, oh sorry, got it. Thank you. Now I have done wrong work. Okay, so it will start from the student details and end up with the percentage. So before that, I have to do one thing here. The average value I have to show, no? Average marks. Oh, yeah. Okay, now it's correct. Okay, let's check out. here any printings or something return? Okay, no, we don't have any printings here. Means print functions only one, this one. So let's check out. I'll have max number 123, sports CRICKET, cricket, location USA. Okay, marks I have to add 90, 89, 98, 80, and 92. The mark details is not defined. Why? Oh, sorry. Any problem? Any problem? Any problem? No. Now once again. Before assignment, local variable. Where did I have work? This one append. Yeah, local variable is in. This is correct actually. Before assignment. I'll check, just cross checking. I'm just what I have done. I want to check if we pass the mark details. It means is stored or not. Why? Because we have taken this data now. So maybe this will be the problem. Maybe this will be. So let's see if it is works or not. Yeah, he enters here, but the problem is to add the data. Yeah, problem is to add the data. Actually, he has to add, no, right? Append is there in A is and local variable. It doesn't matter actually. Storing the value marks. Variable marks details record as a before assignment. If suppose if I do like this one and pass it here. Everything is correct. Something is going wrong here. What we have missed? Clearing the who marks, right? Clearing the marks. So where we have to pass the clearing the marks here? Even we have to pass the mark sheet, mark details. And the second one, who is that? Second one. Marks details referred before assignment. Mark details. Yes, it works. No, that previously. Sorry, this one I should have to remove this one and pass it after this. Hope so. Now it works because before assignment I have this used this one, so this is makes me this is little bit wrong. So now maybe it works properly. Check out. Abhay, number, sports, CKET, location Pune, and error. Why? Marks data is not defined. Why? Where it is? Marks data. Where we have the problem? In which line? The marks data, student marks. Marks data we have called, no? Then definitely we should have to do total sum. Maybe it's kind of name marks data is not defined. Which location? Mm-hmm. We have defined the marks clear. Okay, I'll remove this one. Let's see. See what we got. I think is correct. Student details. Abhay 9 Cricket Pune. Student marks. Here we have 90 something like this one. I got an 76 point percentage. This is correct, guys. Are you getting a point here? Little bit we got in some extra time, but what we have the proper execution. But this student details we have added here many times maybe. Student details print function. I have to remove this one. Wait. Everyone got the point? What? How did I completed this point? Actually, I haven't passed here the total numbers means total. So you can do like this as well. Means total variable is there, no? So you can pass mark details dot append into that. Student details, Sagar, football Pune, student marks, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Arey baap re. How many times this is coming? So what is the wrong mistake we have done here? Any idea about it? Exactly, we haven't done any clearing concept. Where have to do clearing? Because what we have done, the marks data is there, no? So maybe it seems like a clearing here only, right? Is that correct? Here. But the problem is it should have to run with the function. Okay, no problem. Let's go for that. Yes, total marks for 45. I got an 89 percentage. I think this is the thing that we want, right? Now, see the way we have executed no this program. So you just think about it. If I go with these are the functions with the classes, is it critical or easy? What do you think? If I go this program, same program with the classes, it is possible? Yes or no? If I would like to go for the defining all the structures, so many stuffs I have to do in the function, in the classes, so many things. Why? Because yes, actually here we have one-time deployment, but when you go for if you want to access this multiple times, no, that time classes will use means classes will be most important factor. See, if I call this mark sheet multiple times, so that what will happen? Suppose for x 1 in range into the bracket 2 colon, and that's it. Wait, I'll do one thing. Is it possible? What do you think, guys? Is it possible what I'm doing here? If I execute this one, I will get the 3 function data into this. Yes or no? Yes, actually this will hit 2 times, right? This is hit 2 times. So after this point, we'll go for the classes, and not only I'm doing this one, actually we'll go for the defining. See, the point to be discussed about the function. Wait, I'm just adding randomly. See, we gotten this one, student details, both we have the properly, right, this function. But you know what, actually when I go for this one, check out uh, classes, then what will happen? I'll go here, class. Okay, and I'm not going deeper into this, means taking these functions, but I'll try to add this with the class. Let's check out how it is, how this will be useful to us. Defining a class, you know that class, I'll take here rack. Okay, I'll take a rack only. Okay, this one. And can we use initialization function here? Do you know the initialization function? Yeah, check out def underscore init underscore into the bracket self comma. Okay, so how many functions we have to take here? The part to be discussed here. I will take max to max. I will implement this too. Why? Because I'm not passing here return function. Just check out what will happen. If I'm using the same example with here, but let's go for the name for name number and favorite sports, comma, location. Self dot first I'll do here. Self dot number self dot favorite sports dot location is equals to location. Okay, so I have taken this values. Is that possibilities that we can add this into the list? Yes, it is. So what I'm going to do here, I'll take one stud detail list and I'll pass this into so once only one time I'll check this one. Append name I'm doing a little bit faster here, so you guys just do not get confused. Oh, sorry. Okay, this location, same work I'm doing here, right? Print stud details. Okay, now afterwards I will take another one function, and that is nothing but your which one, this student marks. So I'll use here stud stud marks, and here no need to take here anything, just I will take a self. Is that compulsory that we can, if suppose if I'm passing here x for x in suppose range, and suppose 5 subjects are there, you should have to add into the into the marks. So I'll use here stud mark is equals to blank, and I'll use here the marks. So let's check out it is if it is working or not. You know what, actually the function with the classes we are using, no, so I'm using same structure here, but I'm not using variable names same. Why? Because definitely we'll get a problem here. Okay, self keyword stood mark and print my marks. Stood mark. Hmm. Now the point to be discussed here, if I call this one DEF, marks also we have, functions also we have, storing the data we have, not an issue. Is it possible that we can get this two details into our next one? That is a big target. Mark sheet and colon is compulsory, mark sheet. And here, you know what, actually self we are passing no, so we can fetch the stud marks here. So logic is here. Here we have logic, where it is, this one is in logic. Here we have, you know what, I will take this logic here, but we will not take this one. How can I do that one? Let's do one interesting fact. We'll try for stud mark. Stud mark, actually this is formatting, no, that is why I'm just passing my marks. I have added marks anywhere. No. You know what, actually do the print statement and fetch. You know what I'm fetching here? I am from mark sheet function. So that I can get this function, this list is from student mark, right? Just I'm doing the some error checking R&D here, so that we can understand he's from that particular location. Means we are fetching that from the stud details as well. So I'm from marksheet function. I'm from marksheet function. Marksheet function one means we are fetching the two both of us. No, so that is why I'm just understanding purpose. I'm adding. Let's go for one thing. We have to create an object, no? So if I want to create an object, that what I have to do? Classes we have created. We have to create an object. So object purpose that I'm going to do one thing. Yes, one is equals to, what is the name of function? Rack, rack, and function. Is that possible that we have to pass the name, number, city, means whatever the things? Yes, obviously. So that what I'm going to do here, I'll take a four inputs, sorry. So that four inputs I'll take from this one. I'll copy, instead of typing this one, I'll copy now. So these four sports, SPORT, right? Location have to pass into where? Here, comma, number, comma, favorite sports, I think location, this one. The object created, yes, when I hit the S1, definitely we will get hit into this one, and then definitely I should have to call once again here S1 dot, who is here, student marks, and S1 once again dot this mark sheet. Okay, means we have the both, means I have called the both of the functions as well as this. So initialization function, why we use the initialization function? When class object created, that time only directly he called that function directly. So need not a big deal here. Let's check out if how this function is working now with the class. Stu details is not defined. Should have to call this one, right? Spell is correct, everything is correct. Why is throwing the error? Should I have to add into maybe? Sports location. He has done the work, his work. Then we called up the marks here, called 90, 89, 78, 77, 8, 79. We have done this one also, but when he enters into the mark sheet, he gets the problem, right? So what is the problem here? Here we got, he never gets this one. This is stud mark and stud details. Why? Because these are the individually defined here. So we have to fetch no. So if I want to fetch something, that return value will be there, right? Means logic behind this one, we can try to go for the return as well. But return value, if I try here, then what do you think it is? If it is work or not with the function returning, might be it will not work. Why? Because mm, if suppose we'll try for that one, then also it will not work maybe. We'll try and then let's see what will the return value. Are you getting what I'm doing here, guys? Everyone? Actually, I'm not talking now, means I'm not talking continuously, but I'm doing just things that I'm getting in my mind. Hope so you're getting this one. So returning is this one, no? So if I do like this, see, mm, this one is in stored details and do stored marks. So I'll use the details is equals to call that function. So how can I call this one? No, initialization function is there, no? So I will not call this. So I can get this one. Initialization function should give. So confusing. Yeah. Actually, what happens? Actually, stored details and stored marks should give us a return value. No, why? Because we have used here as well the same concept. The way these tools are throwing their outputs from this one. So little bit definitely you will get a confuse here. Why? Because classes are there. The way we have defined here initialization function, this function and this function, we are going to, when I fetch the mark sheet, definitely will get up two things, student marks and student details. But it seems like it's a little bit difficult to implement this one. Why? Because the return value of this stored marks, let's try for this one. If it is working, then initialization function also we should have to remove the initialization function and directly we can go for it. Let's go for the marks first. Marks is equals to stud stood underscore marks, and so he should have to print the marks here. Marks. Why? Because we called this, no? So when he gets hit by this one, definitely he will show the marks. So better to pass call this one. I'll remove this call. Why? Because he will get a 2 times hit there, here as well as into the mark sheet as well. So better to get 2 times. I will just go for the 1 time. Should return the none, not a list. Okay, I have written no this one. Something tricky is going on here. Don't worry about it. I'm doing just little bit. I have called this one, call this one, call this one. If I make here some different stuff, if I pass here self, then may got into the proper solution. I know little bit confusing this one, but we should have to do this type of programs as well. Stood mark. Yes,
There is a line called define student marks self, and then again there is student mark. So there is a marks there.
this one.
Uh,
No?
no, before. Please go up. The blue mark, blue
Hmm.
one. Yes, here I think.
No, actually, what happens here? We are fetching no this return value stud mark. Means stud mark is nothing but this one, this list. So whatever the data stored into the stud mark, no, that we are going to fetch here to the stud marks. So what is the meaning? If I call this function marks, then whatever he gets the call, goes here, put the details and return the stored marks that will be stored into the marks, and that marks will be printed. This is the logic. Have you got this one? I think this is in my mind. I don't know actually you guys how you guys are thinking actually. Let's try once again. I will take the problem once. This is a runtime problems we are taking. No, that is why I'm just taking good marks. Good marks is nothing but this one. No, this one. So he's taking as a variable. Actually, return function is not properly working in the marks, but I want that into the next point. That is why he's getting the problem. Why he's not fetching the return value into the class? Are you everyone? Are you getting the problem statement here? Yes or no? The problem statement is a fetching the functional output into the another function. Means if suppose this function is giving us any kind of output, then definitely I want the student details in here also. No, the way we are taking here, the way we have fetched the details of these functions, the return list, scores, marks, as well as here also, I want this data as well into where this function also means this classes. Now got the point? Instead of working individually, why should I put why not I put into the mark sheet only? Means I want to call this function into this here. So once I call this def mark sheet, no, definitely get hit by this too. First he will put this data, then he will put marks, then definitely he get the mark sheet as well. So in the mark sheet I want to do a that calculating the average of marks. So same program, but I am passing into where this class. We'll try to go for that. We'll try. Wait. If suppose if I remove this one, okay, return function, and removing the values. Wait, first I will run once again this one. We should always go with the basics first. Why? Because confusion, we don't want a confusion here. That is why. Okay, we have this my student and my marks value. Now what we want, I want this values into the another one function, so that what I So I will create here this function, created this function, okay, this function, and I fetched the marks, means student marks here, and student details here. Yeah, same. But we cannot fetch these values with the function. Maybe this function we have. Yeah.
Can you just put self in front of that?
Okay.
Both? Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely, I will try for this one. I think. Oh, sorry. Actually, sorry. Rack object has no attribute of stud mark. You should have to give the answer, means with the functions that we have got, because we called no this one the mark sheet, and mark sheet is stud, but something is wrong here. If I want the values, then he's saying that what is the error here? We got rack object has no attribute of student. Okay, we'll do one thing here. I'll try to put this value into here. We'll now do the concept. Mhm. This is, we are trying last attempt, then definitely I'll go with the explain means output, and I will share with you through the mail as well. Sports, I'm just adding like this one. Actually, previous data we got here, instead of just should have to create clear the functions, right? That is why. Okay, something we got in data here, means calling we got, but this works, right? But why he never store that value? Where is there where we have used clear function? No.
Please omit the self before the start mark, I think. In a define mark sheet. Yeah, this line. Yeah.
Can I remove this one? This one, like this?
Yeah.
clear function I have to use actually. We got our answer, but the point is we should have to go for clearing the functions, right? Where I have to pass here function here and here also I have to pass. So the function oh sorry actually I have to pass. Done. Everyone got the point here. This is he takes the times, but definitely we successfully completed this point. Are you getting, everyone? Let me know if you got the point. This is quite interesting, right? But you know what, actually what we have learned, we learn the things that how to get solved. Means not only means some people are thinking that what is going on or what, we should have to put a time, right? Self, when to use a self actually, self is also working, right? But self, if suppose this function is having initialize some variables, I want to fetch this name and number and favorite sports, like means these variables, then definitely we should have to use the self, right? Are you getting one? Initialization variables that we can fetch by self. That is why we got the problem here, because we haven't initialized this stored details, no? That is why we fetched easily here. Hope everyone you had an interesting time, and I want to say you one thing. Go through the mark sheet here and put your this logic, this one, this function logic. I'll share these files as well, right? Self is an keyword, no? I think you have you said that wait. The self is compulsory, we have to use, not only for the every time, means self or any keyword that A, B, C you can use self. But once you initialize, no, you can fetch, you can connect with the multiple functions, right? And do the mark sheet logic here. Put your time on this and fetch this stood mark. Now you got the stood mark, no? You can put it into the sum and create a mark sheet, as well as total, as well as average, calculate the average of percentage, right? And then definitely this logic will be completed now, right? Hope you enjoyed this session, and thank you so much all. Thanks for connecting. Next session will go into the NumPy. Okay, till then, enjoy the Python session, Python programming. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Take care all. See you tomorrow. Thank you.